Much of our taxi trade involves meeting people of all walks of life. And because we have to adjust to changing environment, it's useful for us to understand some aspects of human behavior. There is a whole science around why we do the things that we do, and a philosophy in best way to approach the issues we face. For me, the pandemic provided me with an opportunity to delve into studying some aspects of neurolinguistic programming, cognitive behavioral therapy. It was useful, but it made me realize that we use a lot of this stuff in our everyday lives anyway, without knowing. But here was someone who was actually putting it all into words, the science behind it. I will relate to some aspects of human behavior where I can, and the science behind it from what I know. The subject I want to talk about today is validation. Have you ever noticed some drivers drive like their emotions are connected to the taximeter? One nice passenger, and our day's made. If they treat us well, we're happy. The top of the world, flying high. One rude one, and the day's ruined, depressed for the rest of the day. That's what happens when you live off external validation. You're waiting for someone else to give you the green light. But reality is, you can give that validation to yourself. Validation just means, where do we get our approval from? From inside or from outside, from others? It's part of our human condition to seek approval from others to make us feel better. Not everyone needs it equally, but that sets us apart from one another in confidence we have, how we behave, how we approach others. It shows. Back in the caveman times and tribal times, you needed approval or the tribe's validation to survive. If the tribe didn't like you, you were out, literally out on your own, like good luck with the lions type of out. But now, you're not in a cave, not in some remote village. You live in cities. You're in a cab, and lions don't decide your self worth. You do. So, yes, take feedback from people, learn from it, but don't live for their validation, approval, or applause. So, next time you catch yourself needing someone's praise, take a deep breath and say to yourself, I drive for a living, not for their validation. The emotional roller coaster taxi. Ever had a passenger ruin your whole shift? Like one rude comment, and suddenly you're gripping the steering wheel like it owes you money? We've all been there. That's the emotional roller coaster taxi, and the passengers driving it, not you. They've taken over. But here's a reality check for you. You are paid for the ride, not your mood. Some passengers are sunshine, some are storms. We can't stop the weather, but we can close the windows. Your mood is yours. It's your cab. You own both the mood and the cab. So when you let passengers control it, you give away the keys to the mood and to the cab. But when you decide, no, my mood is mine, I control it, that's when the day feels lighter. There's a balance between craving and rejecting validation. You know how some people crave approval, like we crave junk food, and others act like they're fasting for Ramadan. Both end up miserable. Validation is just like food. You need some, but not all the time. If you live off attaboy compliments, you get bloated with ego. If you cut off all feedback, you'll starve your growth. That's boring too. So, yes, take it like a healthy meal. Eat what nourishes you, sustains you. Not every opinion is worth eating down. Keep it a light diet. Next time someone praises you, smile, take it. But don't build your whole diet on it. And when someone criticizes you unfairly, smile again. Tell yourself, you're not eating that junk food today. Calm energy earns respect. You ever notice the calmest drivers get the most respect? They're not trying to impress anyone. That's the way they just are. Calm. You can feel it. They drive steady, speak softly, handle nonsense like water off the duck's back, and passengers feel safe. Even the rude ones start acting better. Why? Because calm energy is powerful. It says, I'm good. You can relax. See, when you validate yourself, you don't need to prove anything. You don't need to prove anything to others. And that's what people pick up on. That quiet confidence. It's not loud. It's not fake. It's solid. Be genuinely curious, not approval seeking. Here's a secret. Passengers love drivers who ask questions, but but they can smell fake interest faster than they can smell your air freshener. Be curious, not needy. Don't beg attention. Don't grovel. Ask because you actually care, not because you want to be liked. When you're truly curious, they can feel you're genuine. People open up. You hear stories, meet characters, and sometimes get advice that might change your life. But if you're just trying to impress, they can very often feel that too. It's like trying too hard to be funny when meeting your in laws for the first time. Curiosity is connection. Neediness is just useless noise. Inner validation is the ultimate skill. Every trip becomes smoother, not just on the road, but in your head, relaxed, calm, and peaceful. You stop seeking likes. You start living professionalism. You serve with pride. You stay curious. You keep your balance. That's self mastery on four wheels. Good luck. Thanks for listening.